Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Del Mar Fairgrounds and the 2014 Southern California Regional. Keep your eyes on Dan Bailey in lane number 5. We expect big things from him. Lane 3, Josh Bridges, Kenny Leverage in lane 6. Your top athletes for the males starting their competition weekend. They'll load the bar to their opening weight, 1 attempt every 2 minutes. Dan Bailey and Josh came out in Twinsies matching robe shirts. I don't know if that was planned or if that's a head game. Bridges stands up 250, gives his judge a nod, and bags 250 pounds. Bailey's lifted 265. Tried to do a running, and he's upset with that.
You know, every region's nerve-wracking, I think, especially when you have the first 2 events like these where you can really make some big mistakes. Obviously, you know, in the Central East with the numbers that everybody's put up there the past couple of years, there's less room for error.
There's a lot of good competitors in SoCal, but, you know, having a guy like Dan to train with is just that extra push that you always need in the gym sometimes when you're just not feeling it.
The handstand walk, my goal was just to get 2 laps. I wanted to get down and wait as long as I possibly could. Basically, like, have 1 minute left to go a full lap.
Tommy Pease, again, missed the games by a tie break last year. Looks very confident on his hands, but bringing up the rear, and that's Dan Bailey, who's finishing his second lap. That's Josh Bridges struggling with his second lap. Only 30 seconds remain, and Tommy Pease and Dan Bailey kick up at the exact same time as Josh Bridges goes down with 15 feet to go.
I was super jittery on the handstand walk, which was like, I could feel my legs actually like shaking.
Both men stay up to the time cap, but this one's all about Tommy Pease.
When you're fighting for that 3rd spot, you gonna keep your eyes on those other guys, or are you gonna just do your own thing and just keep pushing?
I'm gonna do what I do. I'm gonna get in my zone and fight.
And now the top women from the Worldwide Open. Keep your eyes, of course, on lane number 8, Lindsey Valenzuela, not just the second fittest woman from last year, also known for her time with the barbell, and also Lauren Fisher. 185 pounds for Higia on the bar. Valenzuela watches on, and Higia
hits it easy.
Good rep. Pressure's on for the second fittest woman from last year, Lindsey Valenzuela. Drops to the bottom. Oh, Lindsey does not take her snatch and has a couple of choice words.
I didn't like how I missed the 185. I made that like a lot of times in practice, like 1,000 times for this event, but do one more. That's the way weightlifting works, is you're not going to make every lift, and this is how it works. That's why it's kind of a fun sport. But I went into this regionals knowing that I don't have to win everything.
She didn't win the snatch, but that's okay. She put up a big number. She came second, I believe, and she walked further on her hands than we did in practice. Crushed it.
If God wills it and I qualify for this year for the games, then it'll happen. If it doesn't, I think I can still impact people in a positive way.
Me and Dan have done 2 rounds of this workout together and like literally finished like a second apart. Yeah. So that's going to be interesting to see who can push that 3rd round. I think it's really going to come down to the 3rd round and see who can actually still keep that pace.
Last set of muscle ups, and Dan Bailey appears to be speeding up. 1 to go for Bridges. Bridges the first one back to the barbell. Kenny Leverage, say bye-bye, and maybe Rich Froning. 5 reps to go. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello again to Mr. Josh Bridges. He beats not only Rich Froning, but even Camille LeBlanc-Bazinet's time of 7:06. And now Dan Bailey, 7:09 unofficially. SoCal has arrived.
Oh, I was trying to catch him so hard. Like, I kept seeing his hand go up.
Real hard, huh?
Like, his judge's hand go up. I do like 3 more, then the other guy's hand would go up. I'm like, it's not going to be enough.
I thought I heard him no rep you.
He's like, no rep. I'm like,
Yeah.
there it goes.
I thought I heard that. I was like, yeah!
You see, it's all friendly until that happens.
Usually when I warm up for this, I do maybe like 5 pistols and then 1 muscle up and a couple hang cleans when I'm ready to go. But I'll probably warm up a little bit more out there.
Warm-up includes cracking your knuckles, snapping your back, and go get it.
Valenzuela is passed by Lauren Fisher. So Voboril and Fisher were in a race. They were tied for 3rd, but they were both behind Valenzuela. Valenzuela, another failed rep in the background. Not something you see very frequently. But Lauren Fisher and Val Voboril, the woman she's tied with, cheers her over the finish line. Valenzuela Clearly upset, like you said. She's got a competitive gene in her. And it looks like she'll pick up 6 points. That's unofficial. And put her at 16 points behind both Voboril and Fisher in the overall standings.
And when you look at the 3 women in front of her, that is a very tall order right now.
She has her work cut out for her. Valenzuela, I guarantee, is just an unfamiliar territory outside looking in. So if I was Lindsey, my focus is try and beat Becca.
You know, the competition's really stiff, and there's, you know, 2 handfuls of athletes that, you know, have the right to be at the games, and it's just something that you can't screw up. You have to really stay on point.
I work better under pressure, so maybe I had to not be so comfortable. I don't think I was comfortable mentally, but I think that this is a good challenge for me, and I haven't been pushed like this in a long time, so I think it's good.
I'm really just trying to instill more confidence in her and calm her down more than anything. But my job sort of stops right here as she walks out and hits the floor. Right now, it's just really stay calm and just keep attacking.
Val Voboril is hammering that barbell. And Val Voboril will finish her 9 front squats before Lindsey Valenzuela finishes 15. Miss consistent, will stay securely in first place overall.
I don't know why anybody's surprised by her. All she does is come in and win. All she comes in and dominate.
20-year-old Lauren Fisher, second in this event. She'll jump into second place overall. Here comes Voigt. She entered in second place overall, and she won't drop too far from Grace with a fantastic finish here in this heat. But Lindsey Valenzuela still has 6 handstand push-ups, 6 front squats, bar facing burpees, and a round of 3. Dusty Highland said if everything comes together, she'll go sub 11. We're now at 11:58.
Hi, good job. 4th place still, 3 points out of 1st. No, it's not updated yet, so it'll be more. I don't know. Leave me alone. Come back and see me later.
Every year that I do CrossFit, I go, I don't know, we'll see how this year goes. And this year so far feels like it's going really well. But coming into this regionals, the level of athletes just gets better and better every year. And I never know how I'm going to fall in that stack as it pans out, but I feel very blessed.
Currently sitting in 4th, only a couple points between you and Ryan Fisher. Feeling good about the position?
Yeah, you know, I'm happy. I'm right there in striking distance, so basically just got to go out and do what I do and try to win everything from here on out, you know, and just get as few points as possible.
Is there any chance that Josh Bridges doesn't make it this year?
No. I've been training with Josh for the past 3 months. I will emphatically say no.
You've got a cutthroat attitude when it comes to attacking these workouts, especially I feel like when you know every one of the movements is a strength, you get in there and you fuck it up. And I want to see you get in there and fuck it up.
I want to fuck it up too.
Now 1 to go, and Dan Bailey doesn't break, and neither does Josh Bridges on the right of your screen in the green shirt. Kenny Leverage in the gray, Dan Bailey in the black, and Josh Bridges in green.
You know, I kind of want to have distance between me and Dan, to tell you the truth right now, because if I want to try to catch him on the leaderboard, like there's got to be some separation between me and him, because he's got like 10 points on me. Yeah. So I want to beat Dan really bad.
Bridges is going to wrap this up and just annihilate the field. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Josh Bridges. Josh Bridges annihilates the event record, takes the top time in the region unofficially. Dan Bailey, 9:43 unofficially. Kenny Leverage over the line. 11 minutes gone, and there's your overall leaders.
Josh just gapped me on the 15s big time, you know. Had to break those front squats up, and he just hammered through them. So it definitely pushed me to a good time, but that was his event. He killed it.
You know, when you're sitting in 4th place and then you have all your competition standing right next to you, it's really easy to push. And then you have the crowd, and you have my support, Invictus, you know, Sea Green, like, it's, how do you not push? You know what I mean? How do you not go all out? So it's really easy out there. Like I said, this is the fun shit. Training's the hard part. This is the fun shit.
I guess I look smaller when my shirt's on, but then once I take off my shirt, my arms just... I hope they look huge. Just intimidating.
Her brother, when we were standing there, he's like, when did my sister get so jacked? It's like, we've been doing some bodybuilding sessions, bro. Bodybuilding.
Just gotta get yoked.
I might pee my pants, but oh well.
Just got a couple rope climbs. You do this every Tuesday.
It's all about the hip. It's hip.
We're dancing. We're dancing.
I've noticed a lot of people are like cutting the pulls short, and you just need to make the most of it. If you put your arm all the way up there, why pull to here? You want to get it all the way down. Big pulls. Big pulls.
Why not have the fittest woman in the world here to help you get ready and get prepared to do what she just did? So we're gonna get ready to go now.
Here's the deal for Valenzuela. I hate to say it, but she needs a catastrophic finish from some of these top ladies, as well as a good finish for her. And with a fury, out comes Lindsey Valenzuela. So here's Valenzuela out to an early start. She wanted to establish dominance, but now not sprinting. She's probably not going for an event record. She wants to qualify from the region. Becca Voigt moves into her 5th round as Valenzuela moves into her 6th, and now Lauren Fisher in the pink shirt just entering her 5th round. She's being very cautious on these ropes. Lindsey Valenzuela's no rep, and she just can't believe her ears, and now Lindsey Valenzuela stuck on round 8 as Jamie Hagia enters round 9. Jamie Hagia takes the lead on Lindsey Valenzuela. Well, the door is open, and now Val Voboril passes Valenzuela. Jamie Hagia comes over hot, 5 minutes and 29 seconds unofficially. And Val Voboril, Lauren Fisher, wraps up her workout as Valenzuela just returning.
Big jump, big pull, pull, big swing.
And Lindsey Valenzuela is in trouble. Voigt over the line. Here comes Valenzuela. Valenzuela over the line, and one mistake dropped Valenzuela all the way down.
Obviously everybody was like shouting her to drop down because she'd no repped it, but in the heat of the moment she didn't hear it, so she wasted a full rope climb.
Unfortunately, I can't take back a judge's decision. It is what it is, and I just have to be ready to fight tomorrow doing the 50s and the pull-up and the overhead squat workout.
Yep.
And
that's the mindset.
You know, I know I can walk away knowing that I did everything that I was supposed to do.
Awesome! Oh my God! It was perfect. I know. You guys were so awesome.
3 weeks ago, I didn't finish the workout. I only made like 5 rope climbs, and then I started doing them a lot. And so I felt really good out there. I've gotten faster every time, and so that was my PR. I'm happy.
Well, I think she's pretty frustrated, and you know, having to battle her way back into a position to go to the CrossFit Games is never an easy task. And we've got 2 more workouts to go, but I also got Kenny to get ready to go. Kenny, let's go, bro.
Overall standings, tied for points are Kenny Leverett and Dan Bailey. Josh Bridges has jumped over Tommy Pease, and I'd venture to guess your top 3 may look exactly like this at the end of the weekend.
3, 2, 1, go!
Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts.
Start with the final weekend of day 2.
Bailey, Leverett, Bridges. Kenny Leverett, as suspected. The chest piece moves on now to 8. Dan Bailey follows closely behind. He pulls even with Taylor Yaffe. And here's where we separate the men from the boys in round number 8. Josh Bridges now trying to catch up to Dan Bailey. And now Taylor Yaffe high step into the end zone, and Kenny Leverett will follow close behind. Bridges beats Bailey. Leverage seems safe in first place overall, but Tommy Pease now will be dropped further away from Josh Bridges as multiple individuals in heats 1 through 3 finish this workout long before him.
The names that we thought we would see atop the leaderboard are on top of the leaderboard. Kenneth Leverage, your leader after day 1. He's got a 7-point lead on Dan Bailey. Josh Bridges started the day in 4th place, moves into 3rd, and it's a comfortable 3rd.
Do you think you can finish event number 6?
Well, I've done it twice, and I finished it both times. Obviously, that's different than obviously here out on the floor with the judge and everything. So, you know, I hope to.
The 50s is probably the most grueling of the weekend. Can you finish it?
I think so. It'll be tough. It's an ambitious time cap.
I'm after first place. I'm here to hold it. I want to show SoCal that this is about SoCal athletes.
10 minutes and 20 seconds, Josh Bridges moves on, and he is on fire. Kenny Leverage will join Dan Bailey and Josh Bridges on the box jump. Get it, Dan! Oh! Time to close your eyes, embrace the suck, and ride the lightning. Josh Bridges, Dan Bailey gets on his rower. He cannot finish those calories in this time period, but what can he accomplish? Kenny Leverage barely gets his hands on the paddle, and Josh Bridges finishes 45. We'll check back in with Dan Bailey as well. Still on his rower, kind of trying to figure out where he is, I think. A little bit of drool hanging from his chin as we've come to find Dan Bailey.
You know, I came up a little bit short, but the competition is different, so it was a hell of a workout.
How do you feel about this one?
I'm confident. I've got a lot of people behind me, and I'm going to go out there and just give it my all. And, you know, if I don't win it, then I'm going to make my opponents bleed while I'm at it.
You know, she was emotionally just distraught and just crumbling, and it's hard to pick up that. And you know, all I feel like I could do is give her a hug, and you can't really say it's okay because you don't really know if it is okay for her. Right. So I just hope she can battle back and ready to go today.
Lindsey Valenzuela is on fire. Becca Voigt will move into 2nd, and this is what it's all about. Lindsey Valenzuela moves on first to the deadlift, but Becca Voigt's not far behind. It's a race between Lindsey Valenzuela and Becca Voigt now. Here comes Becca Voigt. This is why I've been to the game 6 times, my friend. Valenzuela 10 reps behind Voigt. But Voigt has to make it to the rower. There is no option. She's only got 1 minute. Valenzuela to the rower, and she wants to beat both Shannon Humphreys and the rest of the women in this heat. The more space, the better between her and the young Lauren Fisher. Down to late 3rd gear, and at the time tab,
the spirit of Troy.
The old veterans on the rower. The spirit of Troy comes alive. Hey, there's the Valenzuela you want to see on the final day show up. Everybody wants to believe. That's what she's all about.
No, she's an emotional competitor, and you know what? She rides both sides of it. She's up, she's down. She puts a lot of passion into this thing.
So Lauren Fisher will drop to 3rd, Becca Voigt to 2nd, and now a 4-point ball game.
Oh, boy.
For Lindsey Valenzuela entering the final event. These scores are unofficial, but man, oh man.
I knew that once I got back on the rower that she would be there too, and that she's an incredible rower. She's got strong legs, so I needed to just hike the rower up to 10 and throw it into high gear.
And you did that.
Yeah, I'm hopeful that it's not going to affect my grip in the pull-ups, but we'll see.
It's been an amazing men's race so far, and here's how it all will shake out. Event number 7, explosive and fast, don't blink an eye. 25 points for Kenny Leverage, Dan Bailey with 30, and Josh Bridges with 34. There is no hope of anybody assaulting them, so now they're putting on a show of what's going to happen for us later in Carson. 30 now for Bridges and 30 for Leverage. Bailey's fallen just behind, just passing 30 now. Leverage drops off the bar at 40. And Josh Bridges at 52 pull-ups takes his first break. Tommy P's off the bar first. But it's what can you do with the barbell. Dan Bailey's 2nd to the bar. We've got movement all over the place. Last rep for Tommy P's, but Josh Bridges in the same 2nd sneaks over the line. Dan Bailey. Can I believe my eyes? Is he the last athlete working on the floor? The men of the final heat now join Dan Bailey. His spot to the game secure, but still a disappointing finish for him in this heat.
Pulling back that throttle has always been something that people have tried to tell me that I need to do a little bit, and I go both ways with that because I never want to come off the floor thinking I have something else in the tank.
currently? Lindsey's 5 points out of qualifying. Anything can happen. 5 spaces, 5 points. We've seen it happen in other regions. 10 seconds. 10 seconds could go by. 5 people can cross the line. You never know.
Hopefully there will be a miracle in Del Mar, and she climbs up that leaderboard. You know, anything could happen. But you have Rebecca hoping for a 7th appearance to the CrossFit Games. You have Val looking to go back. You have Lauren Fisher trying to be that rookie sensation and go to the CrossFit Games. So many variables. You just have to go out there and do your best and let the chips fall where they may.
This is what it's all about, and it all comes down to this, the final event for the final women. SoCal is the birthplace of drama, and it has provided plenty of that so far in the women's race.
3, 2, 1, go!
Fisher dropped from 2nd to 3rd in event number 6. And now Valenzuela is in striking distance. Valenzuela drops first. Fisher maintains. It's Valerie Voboril, 64. And she's on first to the overhead squat. Lauren Fisher second to the bar. And Lindsey Valenzuela still working on her pull-up. She has 61.3 to go. What can Lauren Fisher do here? Her fate and that of Lindsey Valenzuela now in her hands, and it's not looking good for Lindsey Valenzuela. 1 remains for Valerie Voboril. 2 minutes and 12 seconds unofficially. 1 now for Fisher, and Lindsey Valenzuela will not go. Lauren Fisher, the understudy who was a team member, crushes it. Becca Voigt entered this in 2nd place overall, 2:35 unofficially. Now Lindsey Valenzuela across the line, and that is not going to be enough for Lindsey Valenzuela, your 3 qualifying athletes in an embrace. Lindsey Valenzuela, who will not return to the CrossFit Games to defend her 2nd place from last year.
You know, I'm really proud of the other girls. I can't take anything away from them. They're all really great athletes. I wish them luck. If people thought that I wanted it now, they have no idea how much I want it now.
You make me cry.
7-time CrossFit Games competitor. How do you feel?
The nerves have released. I am just so happy. It's so cool to be going back to the games. I honestly didn't expect that I would be doing that.
So pumped, man. When you look up to guys like Josh and Dan, like, it feels good that you can compete on their level, and that all that hard work is paid off.
You always got to be working, but do I feel ready for the games? Yeah, I'm ready. I'd love to go do it tomorrow, you know, so I'm excited for it.
SoCal, I give you your top 9.